Morning, boys and girls.
Morning.
Ooh. Are you ready for a story?
Yes.
Should we talk about Christmas?
Yes.
How about 2 Christmases and a bicycle?
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
How many of you have ever gotten a bicycle for Christmas? How many of you would like a bicycle for Christmas? Oh, that's a quintessential thing. So let's talk about all those fun things all together. Okay, number 1 question. Does Jesus like Christmas?
Yes.
I think that he does. Does Jesus like to give gifts?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Okay. Well, let's put all those things together and see if we can learn something this morning. Okay? Jesus loves to give gifts. He even gave us lots of gifts before we got kicked out of Eden, right? He had a good plan. He said, I think people need mommies and daddies. Was that a good gift?
Yes.
Yeah. He said, you know what? I like to party and I like to get together with people. So you know what? I'm going to make a special day once a week where we'll get together and have fun together. And that was a gift. Was that a good gift?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Where does bicycles come into this? Okay, I'll tell you that part. All right. Well, I'm going to show you a picture. See this guy right here? See him? He's on a bicycle. Can you see that? This was almost 100 years ago. See this guy on a bicycle? Right here? Yeah. Who's heard of Nemo? Yeah, he's a fish, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what? Before Nemo was a fish, Nemo was this guy. They called this guy Nemo. Yeah, and he was my great-great-great-uncle. And he was a famous bicycle racer. And you know what? He was so fast that he won the race to go to the Olympics in 1920.
Whoa.
And he broke the American record at the Olympic trials.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he rode on a wooden bicycle. Can you believe that? He rode on a wooden bicycle. Yep, and for a long time, a lot of his records stood for years and years and years. He was a tough guy. Yep. But guess what? He qualified for the Olympics. But you know what? He didn't go to the Olympics. You know why? He thought it was too expensive. Back then, you had to kind of pay some money to get over there, and it was in Europe that year. And he said, no, I'm not going to pay all this money. To him, the price was too much. So even though he went through all that hard work, he said no. Now, what does that have to do with Christmas? When God and Jesus were talking, they said, you know what? Should we do Christmas? It'll be really expensive. It's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost so much. It was worth it? Really? Okay, well, you tell Jesus that today. But you know what they said? Even though it's expensive, we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, because Jesus knew he would have to die. And he knew that he would have to go through the pain, and he was willing, if he never saw his Father again, he'd still do it. And he did. So that was the first Christmas when he came as a baby, right? Okay. Well, I kind of think the second Christmas was when Jesus died. Because look what they did with the prize. The present that God gave us, they put it in a tomb. Kind of like a present. And then what happened on resurrection morning? He ripped off the wrapping. When Peter and John came into the tomb, what did they see folded all nice? The stuff that they wrapped them up in. Do you wrap your presents? After you rip the paper off the presents, do you wrap it up real nice and put it on the couch? You don't? Well, Jesus did. The point of the story is, God didn't think the price was too expensive. Just like Nemo thought the Olympics was too expensive, but Jesus didn't think the price was too much for the prize that was ahead of him. And you know what's the only thing that you can give to Jesus for Christmas? What can you give Jesus for Christmas? Do you know what it is? What he really wants? What is it? Your heart. That's right. Oh, you read the story. So this Christmas, remember, Jesus and God in heaven counted the cost. He knew Christmas would be expensive, just like Mom and Dad know it's expensive. But they decided to do it anyway. And so, to show you're thankful, that's what you can give Jesus for Christmas. Give him your heart. Can you remember that? Okay, you can go back to your seat.